Welcome back everyone, my name's Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Divinity Original Sin 2. Where we left off last time, we were on this side of the river. We're not going to do this fight quite yet. Or not this fight, Lagan's fight quite yet. It's a little bit of a fight, and I don't think we're quite geared for it yet. So we need more magic armor. Or possibly just another level. Something along those lines. So we're gonna head up and do a couple other small fights, and then maybe some things in town, and then we'll, should be ready for it.
Little flies.
I call it to the dwarves, I'm not looking for trouble.
Go back! Get out of my realm!
So much for that, no fight. Oops, Fane, I didn't heal again. My bad. That's okay, he'll be fine. I have an elementalist to kill, and a marksman to kill. Both of them have relatively low amounts of magical, or physical armor, so we should be fine. Although the marksman does get to go first. Miss? Really? Alright, let's knock her down. There we go. We also haven't done any of the graveyard yet. Let's get another incarnate. One right up there. Our main characters are not going to be particularly useful in this fight. There is vines up here, but they're quite a ways off. Can I not target him? Nope, target is blocked. Alright, I guess we're not knocking him down. It'll take 8 AP to get up there. Oh, the vines are way over there, I see. Well, let's get haste on. Might as well try and get up there to some extent. He has healed himself, and what's he gonna do? He's gonna move and get smacked in the face. Ow. I suppose she should make her way up here too. We can actually get to him, which is kind of impressive. Except that we got slowed by going through the oil, so we're not gonna make it to him at all. It's a lot of oil down there. And we can haste next turn, luckily. Get rid of that slow. Where are you going? Oh. Ah, I see. She didn't quite die. Now I should be able to charge him. Knock him down, though. Weird. She is dead. Where are you going? Stop running away and just accept your fate. You're black. It might have been. Alright, so we'll loot the bodies. Obviously. And then we're gonna head back to town. There's a couple really cool quests in town we can do, which are a little less intensive. And one fight that's worth a bunch of experience, if I recall correctly. It's another one of those cool Voidwoken fights. Alright, so that was a little fight we did, and now we're gonna go back to the square. Alright, step 1 is to heal Fane, because he's a little bit hurt. step 2 is going to be coming up to... No, over this side. Over here, yes. Actually, we just talked to this person over here first. There's one more person to talk to before we go anywhere else. We need to go talk to Magister Raymond.
You too, Julian. Show him how it's done, man. Go on, you mute sacks of flesh. Put your backs into it. I'll not lose another day to the tide. The Lord Dread awaits. Its sails billow with Dallas's breath.
The Magister stops, barking orders. He sniffs the air like a predator, turns to face you, the wolf eyeing the deer.
I assume an air of levity and say, I didn't realize it smelled so bad.
Oh, but yours is not a stink like the one that surrounds us, spat from a dying sea. Yours is a scent that invites a question. Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bones are being broken with cast iron rods.
Hold up. I saved your cousin Mari from the Voidwoken. I'd appreciate some respect.
Respect? Try rancor.
He licks his lips. Dry flesh turns wet.
See, I'd like to string you up too. Rack you with rods and leave you dangling over a puddle of your own blood and piss.
I'd love to see you try.
His sliver of a smile could rival a rattler's.
I'm very good at what I do, see? I don't even need a sauce hound yapping at my side. There was a whiff of something in the air when you approached. A current of filth. That is to say, sauce. Best convince me I was mistaken.
I take a step closer and whisper, I have a lot of nerve to accuse the best source hunter west of Arx of being a sorcerer.
He leans in closer and sniffs the air once more.
Interesting. So I was mistaken. Must have been ambition I smelt on you, not the magic that dare not speak its name. Very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and turn straight to the hunt. The very definition of your order's existence. Seems peaceful here, doesn't it? A quiet day in a quiet town. One wouldn't think these drifting woods toss on dwarf-troubled waters, but they do.
I'm intrigued. Inquire after these dwarven troubles.
Consider for a moment the dwarf. What is he? A mule? A beast of burden? But some defy that role. There are rats among them, dancing to their rat queen's tune. I've need of a rat catcher.
I urge you to make your point. If I'm to accept the role of rat chaser, or catcher, I'll need more concrete information.
Of course. I must depart post-haste, but Julian here will stay behind and be a good little parrot. Ask and he will answer.
Stay behind? But I've my orders. Same as you. Dallas.
Like I said, Julian is staying. And with that, I must be off. No hard feelings about the death threats, of course. How about we part shaking hands instead of stringing them up?
I guess we could do that. I shake his hand and say I'll look into the troubles with the dwarves.
How very heartwarming. One last thing. The Magisters here are diligent men and women. A stranger like you may run into troubles with them. Should this happen, just wave this piece of parchment in their eager little faces. My signature will placate them without fail, I assure you. Adieu and good luck. The Lord Dread awaits. The use of the gallows I pass on to you.
Okay, Raymond.
Come, my stitch-lit lovelies. We set sail. Get on board and man your stations.
Alright, Julian.
The Magister is rubbing the dirt off his robes, none the worse for wear, apparently, from the blast of magic that knocked him off his feet.
You! The supposed source hunter! I'd be wining and dining aboard the Lord Dread if it weren't for you. Your meddling in Magister affairs had better be worth it.
Your superior told him, his superior told him to report to me.
Yes, I am very much aware. Wasn't my damned head that hit the floor back there. Now answer me. Did you meet with a Magister caravan on your way into town? The hour's growing late and I'm beginning to worry something might have gone wrong.
I did.
By the bishop's bones, you saw it? Out with it, woman! What happened?
I came across the caravan east of town. It was destroyed by Voidwoken.
Voidwoken? That means Source was used. Which means some third party must have attacked first. And I've a fair idea who that might have been. Raymond, that old goat. Always suspected there's more to the Driftwood dwarves than meets the eye. Hate to admit it, but I think he may be right. Too many things have gone wrong along Reaper's Coast to attribute to bad luck. Magister ships sinking, weapons disappearing, and as you've seen, a caravan attacked and destroyed. Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself is behind these acts of sabotage. That is what I want you to prove.
If I'm going to prove these accusations, I'll have to know where to start looking.
There's a local thug, Lohar. He runs an operation out of his hideout beneath the Black Bull Tavern. I suspect this man of being a spy for his queen.
It may be interesting to have a word with him. Find out what he's up to. Where I really want you to ferret around is Reaper's Bluffs, to the west of Driftwood.
It's wild territory, remote and hostile, where I believe the dwarves may have set up a base of operations away from prying eyes. Should you find any such place, and better yet, proof that Lohar is working on behalf of Queen Justinia, you will be handsomely rewarded, I assure you.
Why do you suspect the dwarves of being the culprit?
They've always been snakes in the grass. Cheap labour, sure, and hard workers too. Half of them are their queen's spies. Her eyes, her ears, her poison-pouring hands. You know what Queen Justinia is like, surely? A tyrant and a master strategist to boot.
I probably know enough for now.
In that case, go forth and let the hunt commence!
Alright, I'll work on that. The Rise of the Dwarves quest line. This is a quest we can't actually do because we don't have the ability to eat flesh, but we might be able to.
The little boy looks at you. He picks his nose.
Do something else, maybe?
You be careful. My daddy's a Magister.
Don't care.
No, he's not. His daddy's a fisherman like most daddies round here.
I tell them it's nothing. My daddy's a god, probably.
They stare at you in disbelief. Then they start laughing.
You're weird.
What are you looking for in the water?
We're waiting for our friend. He went for a swim. We'll be back soon.
He went swimming all the way to Fort Happy.
For Joy?
That's what I said. Fort Joy. He's going to find his mum and bring her back.
Your friend is not coming back.
Oh, I want my friend back.
Ben, if he finds his mum in Fort Joy, they're probably both really happy now. So don't worry. Isn't that right, Mrs.?
I'm sure you're right. Fort Joy's a lovely place.
See, Ben? I told you so. If Fort Joy wasn't nice, they'd come home to Driftwood.
Well, I guess so.
Thank you, lady. Now, if you don't mind, we're busy waiting for our friend.
Bye-bye, Mr. Lady Missus.
The kids turn back to the water. Ben picks his nose.
Alright, we're gonna go find the kid. I wonder if we can just see his ghost, because we can't do the arm thing. It's over here. Where is it? There's a shark in the water somewhere. We'll have to find it. Maybe it's up here. I think it's over here somewhere. We're looking for a dead or dying shark. Thought it was along the coast somewhere, but I'm just not sure which coast. It's been a while. I'll check down here, though I don't think it's down near this one. This is where we came in. Maybe over here. We'll look around. Can't hurt anyways. Nothing down there. Alright. Just gotta find ourselves a dead shark. Might be in this little gap. There it is. Or, not quite dead shark, but a shark nonetheless.
A dying shark lies gasping on the sand, bleeding from the mouth and gills. It turns its dark and soulless eyes to you. Its bloody gills open in search of water, but find only air.
I offer to drag it back to the water.
It gasps in the air, struggling for the breath to speak. Its own blood froths at its mouth.
No! Die here! Monsters in the water! Monsters in the deep!
Judging by your bloodstained teeth, in the sea you should have little fear.
Monsters bigger! More and more growing!
You want to be put out of your misery?
It looks at you with its cold, flat eyes as if to say, do what you will. Then it turns away and gets back to drowning in the bloody sunshine.
We'll put it down. Most importantly, there's a bloody leg here. But we can talk to the shark body.
Now I swim. Monsters gone. Swim. Free. Swim. Forever.
Tell me about the monsters.
Monsters crawl the ocean floor. Better to die on the beach.
Well, that doesn't help us with the kid. We have the kid's leg. We don't have an elf in our party to eat it and find out what happened to him. There's also the possibility that the boy's ghost is with his friends already and he's just invisible to us. So let's go take a look at that possible outcome. In fact, it's faster if we just teleport back to the square. No ghost here yet. Nope. Alright, I'm gonna quickly search for the ghost or the kid, if it's even around here anywhere. Otherwise, we'll continue on after that. I'll be right back in 1 second. So, I discovered something. While looking at a way to do this quest without having an elf in your party, Fane can just be an elf and eat things and gain the memories in the same way. Which is amazing. So we have it equipped, which means we get a bunch of things. We can just turn into an elf.
Something has changed. You are you, but more. You are another, but not. You look to your hands, your belly, your feet. Flesh you don't know, molded into unfamiliar shapes. You cradle your aching head, where another's memories and wisdoms mix with your own. Your fingers trace a line from your head to your face, feeling not the creases of the mask, but the porous surface of new skin. You lower your arm, blink twice, and step forward in this new guise.
So, that's where we're at. We can actually eat the flesh.
A boy at swim. Your name is Joe. You're 9. You're brave. You're off to see your mum. A shadow moves below you. A jagged vice closes on your thigh and pulls you down. Water fills your lungs. Blood billows.
Do we have any other things to eat, though? Is the question. We got rid of a bunch of them because I didn't think we could eat them.
You cover your face with your hands. You've just heard the news. The elven homelands have been destroyed by death fog. It was your order who did it. How can this be?
We got first aid out of this. This is really neat. I did not know we could do this. So let's quickly go check the town and see if we can't buy back some of the pieces of people we've sold to people. I'll spend a bit of money for that.
Good luck to you.
Give me your human leg, your bloody leg, your severed head. Not the bone. That's not worth anything. Bloodied arm, maybe. Chunk of flesh, no. Give me those things.
Then don't come over. Not like you're
$16. I'll take it. Did not realize we could do this. That is really neat. So, yeah. I learned something again. I knew you could use sort of some of the racial traits, but I didn't realize you could do the elf thing. I'll take the disembodied hand as well. Alright, Fane.
Until later then.
Time to eat. It's time to dine.
You were a genius maze builder. Clear of mind, sharp of wit. You built an invisible staircase, useful to those who may find it.
Not all of them are gold. That was just healing.
You eat Griff's hand, and you see him putting animals, dead for days in the blistering sun, whole into his cooking pot. Probably best to pass on the stew.
That's fair. There was a couple more pieces. That leg.
Your grip tightens around the blade's hilt. You never felt such rage. These freaks, they are tearing the world apart. They must not live. Rivellon must survive.
Interesting. Alright. Anything else we need to eat quickly? We could make a second mask thing, but we're not going to worry about that just yet. I don't see anything else that we need to eat at the moment. Oh, there's a leg.
You are a man, a human man. They called you a paladin for most of your life. As the blade slices through your neck, a single name echoes through your mind. Ahu.
Keeping it together, Bree? I'm all right, as long as I don't think...
Alright, we'll have to keep our eyes open for other things.
You're safe among friends. Never forget.
If we see... That's a lot of blood on the ground. If we see more pieces of people now, we can definitely eat them. This is good to know. These are good things to know. And I bet you Tarkin has some body parts that we missed.
Hello, mister.
The little boy looks at you. He picks his nose.
You be careful. My daddy's a Magister.
Wrong person.
No, he's not. His daddy's a Bye-bye, mister.
Bye-bye.
There we go.
Hello, lady.
The little boy...
Hello.
Was your friend named Joe?
Cool. How did you know that?
Mrs., have you seen our friend Joe?
Tell them the truth about Joe. They have to grow up sometime.
Alright kids, it's time you heard the truth. So here's the thing. Joe was eaten by a shark.
The horror grows on their little faces.
No, that's a horrible thing to say. I bet it wasn't Joe. I bet it was someone else's leg in that icky shark.
She bursts into tears, then looks from you to her and back again, then starts crying too.
I kneel, hug both the children, tell them it's going to be alright.
After a moment, the crying subsides. Ben and Harriet snuggle into you.
So where's Joe?
He's gone somewhere lovely, a farm or something like that.
They look puzzled, but the little boy seems to accept the idea.
I think we should go home. Come on, Ben. Thanks, lady. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Mr. Lady Missus.
They skip away, still children, but now, somehow, older than before.
A fire arrow, a water balloon, or an impalement scroll. The impalement scroll is worth the most money, so we'll take that. Alright, quest complete. We told them about their dead friend, sort of. And then we just kind of lied to them again, so...
You can stay there with the
I don't care if we tear this place apart plank by plank. We will find you. You've been warned, Barnes. Now, get back to your fish.
The Magister turns, and his eyes fall on you.
You, tell me. Have you seen a man acting suspiciously near here? Grey cloak, grey beard, satchel slung over his shoulder?
I haven't seen anyone suspicious. Why?
Blast! Well, if you do see anything odd, report it immediately. There is a foul creature lurking in one of these shadows, and we will find him.
Who are you looking for exactly?
A sorcerer. He arrived dressed as a tinkerer, but then Magister started disappearing. As soon as we asked him about it, he fled. Who knows what he's done with our divine brothers?
How are you sure this tinkerer is responsible?
He was seen with the effects of one of our company. Not only was he behind her disappearance, he brazenly flaunted it in the tavern. We chased him to this factory, but lost him on the docks. Now, I have a patrol to complete. If you see anything, tell me.
Okay, I'll look into that. You, Barnes.
If any of you see so much as a rat's hair out of place, you tell them...
You see a man, well-fed and wealthy, but stress has lined his face and narrowed his waist. He tries to ignore your presence, fails. He sighs.
See here, I'm very busy. The factory is crawling with Magisters, and our shipments to Arks are held up. Time is money. Don't waste my money. What do you want?
What are you shipping to Arks?
Fish. This is a fish factory. I'm shipping fish to Arks. Now please, there's the door. I suggest you use it.
Who in Arks is buying void-tainted fish?
That's privileged information. I have a trade to protect.
You also have a head to protect, and if you don't want it bashed in, you should answer the question.
An excellent point. Well made. The answer to your question is, unsurprisingly, a man in a house. A man in the house buys all the void-tainted fish I can send him.
That dark shadow crosses his face once more. He shivers.
Not that I've ever met the man. Not sure I want to, if I'm honest.
This sounds deeply suspicious.
When you've been in business as long as I have, you learn not to question these things too closely. Now I'll get back to my work, and I suggest you get back to leaving. Good day.
Alright, we'll talk about this later. Reb, what do you guys say?
The dwarf peers at an expertly dissected fish, gently poking its innards with his knife.
Fascinating. Most fascinating. Oh my, what do you want?
There's no need to be so gentle with the fish, they're already dead.
The dwarf shakes his head with irritation before turning back to the fish.
You're blocking my light, go away.
I note that you're doing your work with a strange amount of diligence compared to the others.
Nothing wrong with taking pride in your work.
I roll my eyes and say it's plain he's up to something, it isn't fishmongering.
The dwarf grimaces and points the tip of his knife at his handiwork.
Whatever's wrong with these fish is causing a lot of hardship for a lot of folk. I want to figure out what's happening to them. See if there's anything that can be done.
Need help?
Yes, as it happens. I need to see the effects of eating these fish, firsthand, if you understand me.
I give a skeptical eye over the fish and ask what's in it for me.
Do as I ask, and you'll be amply rewarded, I guarantee you.
Sure.
Wonderful. Now, there's 3 samples that I wish to learn more about. Care to choose?
Red.
The fish instantly churns your insides. Everything turns black. A sudden vivid sensation of floating in darkness assails you. There's something in there with you. Something. Hungry and corrupt. You can't breathe. You can't breathe. The dwarf suddenly drifts back into view, peering at you with fascination.
How do you feel?
A stream of black bile suddenly erupts from your mouth and across the dwarf's boots. He doesn't even look displeased.
I catch my breath and say I saw things, terrible things that I can't even describe.
I see. Well, I'm sure it was nothing but a side effect of the fish. Speaking of which, I've learned a great deal from observing you. I owe you a great debt.
What did you learn from observing me?
The dwarf puffs up his chest and proudly gestures to the fish.
The fish is indeed malignant. Humans are affected by it in the same manner as other species.
I'm willing to try another if the reward is increased to match the efforts.
Thank you, but no. I can only allow for 1 specimen per volunteer, or my findings could become flawed. The fish you ate is known as Crimson Bream, quite a fast, vicious breed. It's often used in the creation of ferocity mixtures. But those use regular specimens, not this kind. Who is to say what might happen if you brewed a ferocity mixture with a Crimson Bream that's been touched by the void itself? The effects could be quite potent. Seek out somewhere that peddles ferocity herb mixes, but make an addition. One of these, unique breams. So, now my work must continue, as soon as I've got in my quota of fish, of course. Farewell, stranger.
Oops. Alright. Well, we're not going to loot any of that stuff. We do need to go down here once the Magister goes away. There we go. We made it. Lots of void-tainted things in here, and some random junk. How are we doing for time, actually? I'll take a look in a second here. We'll just loot this first room. I don't know why I'm looting with Vane. I think these all just have, like, gross fish in them. Alright. So we have made it down here. There's also apparently a fish storage key through this door, which we can just lockpick. And a security log. Alright, we're gonna call it here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time. Take care.